Good afternoon and thanks for watching. Today, this video, we're going to show you how to transfer or clone your existing hard drive onto an SSD when you've upgraded. So first, you're going to want to, of course, purchase an SSD. Got myself a 200 and some odd, 256, I think it was, 250 gigabyte SSD advertised from AData on Amazon for about $50. We go in here and we check it out. 223 formatted capacity, use space 143, free space 79.4. Free space is important. You want to have room to put new applications on your SSD that you want to run fast, such as Steam games that you just download and you want them to be very, quick. Things like that. My problem I had is that my main drive, as you can see, had quite a lot of data on it. 188 gigabytes plus 79.4 is well over the capacity of the SSD that I purchased. But what I did is my Steam library, see, I had all these games. I had quite a few of them installed. So I uninstalled all of them. I went into Origin, uninstalled all the games in Origin. I got down, I copied over backups of my photos, my pictures, my music, my downloads. Any large files, any large programs were uninstalled so I could get all the data on the hard drive to something reasonable. And I got it down to 143 gigabytes, which I thought was pretty good. Going to want to turn off your computer. Turn off your computer, install SSD, turn on computer, start your imaging program. So I have a current stream image. We're going to start that up. It's already been installed. And when it comes up, any of these, it could be pre-selected, so you have to click Tools, Clone Disk. That's what we want to do. We want to clone the disk. Automatic is recommended. It's really good because check this out. You hit manual. You have all these different partitions. You got to make sure you select them all. Select none of them. Select what you're supposed to select. Automatic does this for you. So select the source hard disk from the list below. Your original hard drive would be the source disk. That's the disk containing all your stuff, your old hard drive. So you'll select that as the source. It's figuring out how it wants to do it. Select the target hard disk from the list below. You'd select your target hard disk here, which would be your new SSD. You hit that, you hit next. See, I don't want to do this right now because I am happy with my thing. So you do this, you'd follow the steps. It asks you to restart your computer, in which you would do so. You would restart your computer and it would still boot from the old hard drive at this point. You can do either one of two things. You can turn the computer back off, unplug the old hard drive, and it would boot up from the new SSD. Your old hard drive would contain the exact same information as the new SSD. However, I wanted to to use my old hard drive, since it has such a high storage capacity, as a storage center basically for files and things that I don't use often but take up lots of space, such as videos, screen captures, things like that. So what I did is I restarted the computer, went into the BIOS, and set the boot media to the new A data drive, which was set up as like D or something like that. As soon as you do that, Windows recognizes it as C. Now you won't see your quick boot yet because it's registering the drive as C and changing a lot of internal settings when it boots up to a new drive like that. Once the boot happens, you can go in to Disk Management in Windows. No, actually, it's right here. So you right click on the Start menu button, Disk Management. Okay, let's wind that load. I guess Acronis uses the some of it or something, so it doesn't work. So just go into Windows Disk Management here, and you'll see you can just figure out which drive is which by the capacity. They'll all be in here. So main drive D, that's what I called it. You'd want to go in there and you'd want to delete volume, or you can go down here and delete partition. Delete volume, delete, delete, delete. And there you go. And then it would format it. Just do a quick format. You're not trying to hide anything from anybody. Just do a quick format, and there you go. You have a new thing. You can set the drive letter, and it will show up in your folders here, main drive. You start copying things over. One of the more important things to do, if you have a lot of photos, documents, music, and things like that, is to go into here. On your Start menu, click on Settings. Go to System, Storage, and make sure you select all these to main drive D. I don't know why that does that. Oh, man. So select that over. I'm having some problems doing this with this. Change where your apps, documents, music, pictures, and videos are saved by default. New apps will save to main drive D. So when Windows Installer boots up or you install something from the Windows Store, defaults there, it goes to D. You also have to set up a lot of other programs to do this. Set up a lot of programs, like I had to set up Steam, which you do that by going into Settings, Downloads, Steam Library folders, and you add a folder right here. So if I want to install the game on the SSD, when I pick to install the game, I select C, and that goes on the SSD. I pick D, and that goes on the old hard drive. So let's get on with the crystal disk of the SSD. I'm going to do the C drive, that's crystal disk. I'm going to do 100 megabyte test sizes. So right now it's testing. Sequential read. So 545. Okay, so here's my numbers for the new SSD from AData. See pretty decent numbers, not as fast as some of the Sonys and things like that I've seen out there, but it's pretty good for a 100 megabyte transfer. So we'll check our old drive here. This would be the old. This is a Seagate SSHD, which has an 8 gigabyte SSD, I think, and a regular 2 terabyte platter hard drive. The 8 gigabyte SSD acts as a kind of like a cache. You don't see that it's there, but it supposedly works in the background, speeding up file transfers here and there. See, look at that random read. Okay, and here's my numbers for the old SSHD from Seagate, 2 terabyte model. Not bad for a hard disk, but nowhere near SSD. I'll put the numbers side by side so you can compare. So that pretty much does it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.